Well,
am I the only one here so far?
yes, we've just started a minute ago. So
Yeah,
welcome to
yeah.
the educational live test.
All right. So do you want me to just jump in?
Yes, absolutely. Go ahead, ask your question.
Okay. So I'm working on a webinar.
Okay.
So it's going to be a live webinar and it will not be interactive. So this is the first time I'm doing that. So and I'm going through a course where I'm trying to mimic like their proven templates and stuff. So I set up the funnel the way it comes in Zenler. And then I went in and I've recreated the registration page so that I like the way it looks. And the way you guys had it set up was that it wanted to click the button and then bring a pop up. And I've made an embedded form.
Okay.
But now I'm trying to. So I really, really like how you guys automate things. But then when you deviate from it, I get a little confused because when I was on Kajabi, I used to have to put all these pieces together by myself, which I found really complicated. And so now I'm trying to figure out how to customize like that over here. So I've created this built-in form
Okay.
and and then I'm trying to figure out how to is it going to be possible to link that back in some way with your webinar registration stuff? Or am I going to have to create my own list? Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't know what I've mucked with when I changed your automated system.
What I understand is that people who are registering for your webinar, you want them to go through a quiz or a survey. Is that so?
Sorry, I want them to go to what?
You want them to go through a quiz or a survey that you've built out. Is that so?
No, no, no. I just want
Okay.
them to be registered.
Okay. So my question here is that who are these people who are filling out your quiz? Where have they registered? Directly on the quiz or on your webinar?
There is no quiz.
Okay. You were mentioning about how you've built in a form, right?
Sorry, I called it a form. Um, it's a
Can you send me the link of the page or a screenshot of how you've put it together so that I can take a look?
sure. Would it be easier if I shared my screen?
No, because
No,
of the
okay.
GDPR rules. Yeah.
Yeah. So you want me to, what do you want me to, oh, the link. Okay. So I'm going to
Right.
go to my, so how would I send you the link? The page isn't published yet.
You'll have to publish it for me to take a look for a couple of seconds, maybe.
Um, I don't even know how to do that. Hang on. I think I'm just using the wrong terminology. No, it's called a form. It's one of your
Oh,
forms.
can you send me a screenshot of where you've put it? Maybe I'll get a better idea.
Um, okay, so I've done the screenshot. Now how am I going to send it to you?
You can send it on the chat.
I can paste a screenshot.
Yes, you can.
Oh, look, it did work. Who'd have thunk?
One
All right.
second, I'll take a look.
So keep in mind,
Okay,
yeah. So what
understood.
I've done
I
is
have understood what you did. Yeah.
I've taken the funnel that you created, but I've gone into the registration page and I've basically recreated it the way I want it to be instead of using
Right.
anything you already had automated. So I've
Right.
made that form. That form is new. And now this is the first form well, that's not true, actually. I've done a freebie form.
But I'll tell
But
you something. This might put you in a little bit of a things could break is because the dynamic form that was on the page already, it is connected
yeah,
to everything else. It is
I know.
connected to the waiting page, it is connected to the date and time, it is connected to everything else. It is also connected to the fact how the system will know what is the date and time of the webinar and add a calendar request in the person's calendar. So if you're using this form, you will have to do everything manually. You'll have to set up
Yes.
the reminders manually. You
Yes.
will have to attach the calendars manually. So this is a form which will just give you the data of the person. The waiting link and everything else has to be done manually is because the dynamic form is not working anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it can be done then.
It can be, but it will be a lot of manual work for you.
So I guess I need to reflect on how badly I want to avoid it being a pop-up to ask for this info.
Yes, correct.
Um, okay. Because the other thing that I was struggling with when I hosted something before was because guys have all of this Zoom stuff automated. I couldn't figure out like where would I find not the field that you guys auto populate with the Zoom link. Like, is there a way for me to see what the Zoom link is that's been assigned to something?
No.
Really?
No, because you have an enterprise level of Zoom with Zenler. What you have access to are the features of Zoom. You don't have access to the account. And when you have access to the account, that is when you know which link is being generated. All you will get is the waiting link. You will get the Zoom link only when the meeting starts.
Okay. Okay. So this is telling me, I think, that I probably should just, you know, adjust what I'm doing to the way Zenler has it set up, you know? Like,
I would suggest you to do that because it's a
yeah.
lot more easier, especially for a live session that you're doing. If it was
Yeah.
something else, if it was, maybe a one-time session, or maybe it was a Q&A with your community, or maybe it was a course or any other thing in Zenla, I would have given you multiple tons of ideas. But if it is a live session where free users are coming in to attend it, keep it as simple as possible. Otherwise, you can miss one reminder email, something to do
Yeah.
extra which can increase the show up rate.
And I'm planning on running this repeatedly live. So
Yeah, so
I,
I wouldn't, yeah, because if you want to run it repeatedly live, actually the system will do everything for you. What you have to do is you have to set up the different times you want, and the
yeah.
system will send the reminder email for the session whenever it's due. For example, the first session is today. I will get a reminder email for today, whatever you set, 24 hours, 1 hour, 15 minutes, whatever you're setting. Then if the next session is on Saturday, you don't have to lift a finger. The system will do everything on its own. The next set of reminders will go accordingly to the date and time of your next webinar. You don't
Now
have to
is
do
that is
anything.
that if I do the recurring setting?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
No, not the reoccurring one, where it says choose your date and time. Reoccurring would mean that the person registers for one session is registered for all others.
Oh, okay. So what is this called then? Not
This would
recurring.
be, yeah, this would be a single session, I think. I don't remember the terminology exactly. It's a
Okay,
single
but you can do it a single session with multiple date
time.
options.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then the emails will automatically change, the links will automatically change, everything will happen automatically. All you have to do is just start the Zoom session
Yeah,
and attend. It will be much easier for you.
because that's reg
Yeah.
time. Okay, so then okay, so then so I'm actually not so much picturing having multiple dates to choose from at any one time. I'm picturing running the webinar and probably just like, can I clone it or is that going to not do new dates?
You can clone it, and when you clone it, you'll have to put the dates again, and everything else will come with it.
Okay, because I feel like that's more what I'm going to do. Run it once and then I won't know when I'm doing it again until after. So then what I was curious about was the URLs.
Okay.
I'd like to know and I haven't wrapped my head around all of this yet, but I'm going to be running Facebook ads.
Okay.
So it's going to be easier for me if I can do a generic Facebook ad that does not say the date on it so that I
Okay.
can keep reusing the ad every time I want to start promoting for the next one. So it's a generic ad. But then I'm thinking it's best if the link is generic so that it isn't like webinar June 24th as the link. It's just webinar. And then the next time I go to run it again, can I reuse the same URL?
Yes, you can. If you build out different dates and time on one page only, you can.
Because I set what the URL is. Zenler's not automatically setting a URL as part of the automated stuff you're doing.
So the URL wouldn't change. The URL would remain the same. The registration page would remain the same. Everything else changes. The waiting page link might change and the other things
Yeah, yeah,
might change due to
yeah.
the date and time. But the registration URL remains the same. That doesn't change.
Okay. And then, so then my last question is,
Before you go to the next
yeah,
question, my advice to you would be that try and not run a generic Facebook ad. You might have to just change the creative every week. Why do I say that? Because people like to have specific details. If I see maybe, masterclass is coming up, I will go head around and see, okay, when the masterclass is. And if I don't see the date and time directly, I might just miss registering for it, thinking that whether this is for me or not. For example, if I'm just scrolling the phone and I see a masterclass is coming up and it doesn't say what date and time, I'll be rather confused and I might just move ahead and go to another scroll. If I'm smart enough, if I have more time, I might go to the landing page. So it's better to tell them upfront this is the date and time. So all you
okay,
might have to do is just change the creative every week, which would not take you more than 5 minutes.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So then the
All right.
other thing was, so I'm going to be running a webinar and then I'm going to be directing people to, I'm going to try to do this without an actual sales page. And because the webinar is the sales tool, driving people to the checkout page. And so I've just gone in and I've created the product, like the course,
Okay.
which then generated the automatic funnel. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to edit the checkout, and that's going to be the link that I drive people to. But what I'm wondering is it possible, because I'm not going to be using the sales page at this point, to have the sales page not published, but the checkout published?
Can you come once again?
So you know how when you create a new course, it creates the sales funnel and it'll have the sales page, the checkout, the thank you, all the things, right? What I'm saying is I would like to use the checkout page, but not the sales page right now. I want to
You would
drive
like it
people right to the
directly
checkout
to the.
page.
You can do that. You can pick up the link of the checkout page and put it
Yeah, yeah.
wherever you want. Yeah, that's
But my
possible.
question is, when I publish, can I publish just the checkout page, or is the whole funnel now published?
A whole funnel is published, but that doesn't have, I mean, you don't need to worry, is because until and unless you share the link of the sales page somewhere, it won't go out.
And I can set the SEO so that it doesn't appear in searches.
Yeah, you can do that.
But it does make me think I should go in and at least clear the stuff that's looks
I
like a
think you
mistake.
wouldn't. I think you wouldn't have to worry, is because
Oh,
people will not get to that page because
I know it's worrying about a problem I don't have, but
yeah.
but so the answer is publishes the whole funnel, and I
Hmm.
can't just publish one the checkout. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good because that tells me. All right, so then I'm going to go into my SEO and I'm going to turn it off for the search, and then I'm going to, just because it'll make me feel better, even if it's just a blank page, I'm going to delete the template content. And then I will use the thank you page and the other bits underneath. And someday I'm probably going to go back and put a sales page, but just not right now.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
That's it for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, good. How are you?
I'm good.
Um,
Tell me.
yeah, so I have a question. If I want to gift, like I have a monthly subscription, and
Okay.
I would like to gift maybe like 3 months of subscription to someone, then how
Okay.
does that go?
Okay. The best thing would be that you set up your entire funnel with a price, and then you set up what do you say?
Coupon?
Coupon code. Yeah. And you give them a coupon code, they will get access to it without paying anything.
Okay, but how will I get them later after the 3 months? I will just cancel their subscription manually?
Okay. So you want to so what you can do is you can create a pricing plan where they get subscription only for 3 months. You can put a validity on the enrollment plan.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, good. So, but if I have that price plan, then I have to make it public to everyone.
Yes, that's true. That pricing plan has to be public for everyone.
Okay.
But everyone would not have the coupon. The coupon would only be with people you share it with.
Okay, so I make the 3 month pricing plan, but then I will have a regular price to it, but then I will share a coupon which makes it for free.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay,
All
sounds good.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm muted now.
Yes.
Yes. Right. So I don't know if this is the right forum or not, but I'm setting up a new site, and I've done the first steps. I've used the training video on the first bit, but I'm stuck on the next bit. I'm just not quite sure what I'm doing, but just to let you know, I want to set it up so that someone can type in www dot and my website name, and they get to the Zenler site.
Okay. I didn't get the question. Could you be a little more descriptive about it?
Do you want me to share my screen and I can show you?
No, because of the GDPR rules, we are not allowed to share the screen. Probably you can send me a screenshot on the chat.
Which chat is that?
That's
On
the
this
Zoom
the
chat.
chat here, the Zoom chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So um I've set up my second site. It's for a new company. And I want to set up the site settings so that it's possible for someone to type in www the site name.com. They don't need to put the New Zenler bit in.
Okay. You need to set up a custom domain then. I'll send you a resource that would help you set up the custom domain.
Well, I'm following a resource. I just don't understand the technical speak. So can I just show you what I've done so far? I'll put it on
You
the
would have
chat.
to send me a screenshot for that.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll first send you what I've got in New Zenler. Is a screenshot just coming to you?
I'll just check.
No, I mean, can anyone else see the screenshot, or is it just to you?
It depends upon how do you send it. If you send it to everyone, it'll go to everyone, or if you send it to me, it'll just come to me.
Okay, I don't have the option to send it to you. It'll go to
Okay,
everyone.
I'll just write a message and you can send it to me privately by replying to it.
Okay, got it. Okay. It's just I'm going to put domain information on. So that's what I've got set up in New Zenler, and I'm on my Squarespace setup, and I'll show you what I've set up so far. So I think it's all right, but
Okay,
yeah.
but this is site details. You have to go to custom domain, the next section to it. These are site details when you create your new account. If you want your private a website to show without the news handler, you have to go to custom domain, the column just next to it.
Okay. Before I do that, I'm just going to send you what I set up on Square site. So I go to Um, I am on, so I'm on custom domain now, right? So um, let me send you a picture of what I think is the right setting. So I've set it up on Square site, I think. Okay. And then do I still need to send Zenler an email about it? Because it says something about it being a manual process to set up.
Yes, this would be a manual process because once you put your custom domain in, you would have to go and update your DNS records. After you update your DNS records, that is when Zenler would be able to do the rest of the configuration for you.
So if you can please look at what I've set up on Square site, is that what you mean by the DNS record setup?
Correct. That's what I mean by the DNS record
And
setup.
and does it look about right to you?
Right now, I don't think so because it has both the host and one second. The host and the data both are the same and it has newsendler.in in it. So I think you would have to change the DNS records a little. If you have the resource for the custom domain, I would say follow it step by step as minutely as possible, or maybe, hire somebody who's more into tech to be able to do it for you and it'll happen faster.
Okay. And just to note, on the when I open up the step-by-step resource, it gets obscured by it's like a pop-up about something else to do with it, but I can't actually read all the step-by-step bit. It's
All you need to do is click on that bottom arrow once again, this will close.
okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
I feel reasonably intelligent until I come into the New Zealand world, and then I just feel like a dummy, really. Okay. All right. I'll keep working on that and I'll listen to the other questions while I'm here.
Everything's hard until you know how to do it, and then it's easy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, great. Thank you.
Don't worry about it.
I just want to get this new site set up, but it's using words I don't know. I've used Claude AI so far, and Claude says I've done it right so far, but it's like working in a foreign language. I just don't really know what these words mean. I'm just kind of fumbling about.
That's okay. One thing at a time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Yasmin, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm not currently a client of yours, so I would like
Okay.
to have a full demo. How can we arrange for that?
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll share a link with you where you can block a date and time, and one of our product educators will take you through the entire product.
Okay, I look forward to that. Are you gonna put it in the chat or?
Yes, I will. Just give me 1 minute.
I see it. Thank you.
All right. Hi, Jackie, how can I help you?
Hi, I have a question about the testimonials, or yeah, there might be another name for them. Anyway, when people are in a course, on their course dashboard, at the bottom there is a block. Is it testimonials block? It's not. It's something else, isn't it? It's where they give a 5-star rating or whatever. I can't think of the name. It's not testimonials. It's something else.
Review?
Review, that's it. I have the
Yeah.
word re and I was thinking reference. It's not reference, it's review. Okay, you see, you
Yeah.
can be stupid in many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to know, because nobody sees them very much there. So I've got a few people who've put in reviews. Can I move that block to the sales page so that it appears there instead or as well?
You can do that. You can move to the block to the sales page as well.
Okay, so so on the sales page, if I drag in a reviews block, it'll automatically pick up the reviews that are related to that course.
Yes, correct. It should.
Wonderful. Okay, I will go
Yeah.
and have a go at that. I thought it might be that sense, but I thought as I saw it pop up that you were here today, I thought I'll just go and ask and then see that I'm doing the right thing. Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, I want to make sure that I pronounce your name right. Is it Kitija?
Hi, Mohammed. Kitia. Well, everything
Kitija.
good.
Yes. Tell me,
Hi.
Kitija, how can I help you?
Hi, nice
Yeah.
to see you. Also,
Yeah.
I finally, I think after 2 years, started now with new Zenler. Finally created my first landing page. Yes, I'm happy
Oh,
about it.
amazing. Yeah.
And I'm making some challenge, and it costs something. And my question is, on the checkout page, is it possible that the people are putting also the first name, last name? Because right now it's only email address, and I would like to collect my first email.
It is possible. It is possible. I'll tell
Is
you
it?
how to do it. Yes. So I'll go to one of the courses here. Let me share my screen. So let's say I'm going here and I'm going to pages and I'll go to the checkout page. Okay, as you go to the checkout page, do you see this icon? Settings?
Yeah.
Okay. As we click on settings, do you see checkout fields?
Right? Yes.
Here you have an option of switching on the address and the phone. Your
Oh,
email address would already be collected when they go ahead and make the payment, because email is a mandatory part. Without the
right.
email, they cannot create. But if you want their phone number, you want their address, you can just click on required here.
Oh, that's so easy. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that's then clear now. Thank you very much. Then I'll just go now and change it so I have it all. So I can now
Thank
access
you.
it. That was easy. Thank you very much, Manmito. Then I'm all set for now, and then the questions will come for the later as I learn. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Okay, we have Jackie saying that I used to have problems too until I discovered how to add fields. I think it would be good if the name was there by default rather than it being set to email address by default. Okay. It is so easy once you know it. Absolutely. Yeah. Hi, Ariel. Welcome to the second session of the Zenler Live Desk.
Hi, everybody. Happy to be a second mind in this process.
We've answered a lot of questions, Ariel, and we're just waiting for newer questions to come in. I'll just quickly take a look at the Facebook group if anybody has popped in any questions below the chat.
I have a quick question here. By the time I schedule a demo, what are the gamification aspects to Zenler, if any?
Okay, I think you're in the right space is because Ariel is the one who takes the demos. So if you have a fewer questions, she's right there to help you out. And then later on, you can schedule a one-on-one demo for
Sounds like a
any
plan.
specific questions that you have. Ariel, you've come at the right time.
Thank you. Is it Yassine? Am I saying your
That
name
is
correctly?
correct. Yes.
Okay. Hi, Yassine. Thank you
Hello.
for a great question. So I have two answers to that. But before I answer, I would love to know a little bit more about what you're seeking as far as.
So I am more geared towards community building than course selling.
Okay.
So I would like to have as much engagement as possible within the participants.
Mm-hmm.
And in my imagination, that's done mainly by some level of competition, points, badges, profiles that each user can take a look at. This way they get a little jealous and motivated to do more on in the courses.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like maybe some leaderboard.
Okay. Well, I can't say that we have a leaderboard right now, but I can show you some of the things that we're working on. So I'm going to share my screen if that's cool with you.
Be my guest. I don't know if Katia minds.
All right. So
She's like, I don't mind.
I don't mind. I'm now away. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful.
Take care.
Thank you,
Katia.
Katia. Thanks for being here. I love your name.
Okay. So you have a roadmap.
Yes. So this is our
I
feedback
see.
site from Zenler, but more importantly, for your question, it's the roadmap. You can see what's under review, what's planned, and what's in progress. One of the most upvoted features on our roadmap is this gamification and leaderboards, exactly like you're requesting. So I'm
Yeah.
going to go ahead and click here, put this in the Zenler chat or in the Zoom chat, excuse me. So if you want to upvote that, you can literally just go click right on that link, and you can
Yep.
watch me upvote it right here. It's notable that the person who added this to the feedback site is the CEO and creator of Zenler, Rakesh. And so
Okay.
Rakesh is the one who added this, so that means that it's going to,
Does that mean that Rakesh does not put updates to the product unless he consults with the users?
So I think it just means that it's more likely to happen.
I see.
If you or I add something, we're not the CEO, so it's maybe not quite as likely to happen.
Okay, fair enough. So that answers my question at this point. So it's still under consideration. So I appreciate your interaction, Ariel, and you enjoy your day.
And then I'll show you how I use communities. So under this community tab, we did a big refresh of it. Okay. So something is still a little funky here under this particular communities tab, but I can show you on the app that you can get community notifications on your app. You can, for example, a lot of Facebook groups historically have done like a Wednesday win for their students. And so you could post every Wednesday, and you could go to the app. I'm opening the app right now, and make sure all your students have the notifications on, and you can just post in the community. They'll get notifications straight to their phone, and you could do something such as, tell us your win for the week. And that will drive engagement and community and like a feeling that you actually know your students, which maybe it's not gamification, but it certainly creates buy-in.
Right. Okay, that's fair enough. Ariel, thank you so much. Enjoy
You're
your day.
welcome, Yassine. Feel free to ask any other questions that you might have.
Bye.
All right. I believe Kitcha's been here the longest, but you don't have any questions at the moment. Is that correct?
I do. I just logged out and came back to ask one question. How do I change the language in German? I have this checkout page generally. How do I change the language? So it's checkout page, not in English, but in German.
So is your site already set to being in German?
Well, not really. Everything is my site is still ongoing. I mean, I'm now building it, and it's German, but all the other stuff is in English. So, this is the question. Should I just change it there, and then everything automatically will be changed? Or
so I am not I'm not the super administrator of this site, but you can select your language right here, right? So you want to make sure that it's in German, and therefore the default language on the checkout pages will be in German.
Okay, that's it. Okay,
Zenler,
cool.
side menu, language, German.
Okay, then I'll do it. Okay, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Easy. Thank you.
Billy, do you have a question?
I do. Thank you. I have been, it's on using a custom domain, and I think I know the answer to a problem I created for myself. But I just wanted to check on this. In setting up the custom domain and I'm trying to get to the page myself. We give the update for the site in there. And as I understand it, what goes in that custom domain slot would be the address. So that address, if, for example, my domain name is pyramidodi.com. So if I set up in the CNAME record LMS in my CNAME, And on this custom domain page in Zenler, I put lms.pyramidodi.com. That would be correct. What I did yesterday that I think I did wrong was I put, because I was kind of following the directions and I think they weren't quite clear on this, I put the www.lms.pyramidodi.com. But unless my CNAME record has www.lms.com, it won't work. Am I right in my thinking on that?
Right, you are slightly right, and I would say that why do I say that is because I would want you to follow the document, the custom domain document, step by step, so that there are no errors in the CNAME records. There are 2 or 3 ways to set your domains on Zenler.
Yeah.
One is a root domain. The root domain would be the website as it is. Let's say, for example, your website's name is billybennett.com. I'm just
Yep.
assuming that.
Yes.
So the
Yes.
root domain would be bellybennett.com, nothing
Yep.
else. That
Yep.
would be your custom domain. If
Okay.
you are going with a www domain, then it would be www.billybennett.com. That's the second kind of custom domain you set. The third is wherein you set a subdomain. Should I
Yes.
go ahead and explain the second one again?
Yeah. So in doing the subdomain, which is what I intend to do, so I put LMS for Learning Management System, right?
Correct, correct.
So
So
I
when
do.
you go for a subdomain, it will be https lms.billybennett.com. That's a subdomain. Okay.
Okay.
When you go for the root domain, it is https billybennett.com.
Okay.
When you go for a www domain, it is https www.billybennett.com. So now you have to choose which are you going for, and the one you choose, the CNAME will change according to that.
Okay. So if and the important thing is that both match, right?
Correct.
So
Yeah.
so on Zenler, well, let me say on my domain control panel, if I put, as I put for other programs, in the CNAME LMS and point it at
You will have to
pyramid,
point it at your current school name.
right,
What
which
you
would
want
be
to correct.
which would be, if it was Billy Bennett, it would be billybennett.zenler.com or
Newzenler.com.
newzenler.com. Right, yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So in this I put in my CNAME record, I would put LMS, just LMS, and it directs it to the Zenler, my Zenler address. And then in Zenler, and New Zenler, for the custom domain, I just need to put after the HTTPS lms.pyramidodi.com.
Correct. You're
Okay.
absolutely correct.
I think I've got it right. I think yesterday I put the www and I had an LMS in the other one, and so I know it didn't work. And I got a message back, so I thought, oh, good, I'll call you guys today and we can figure this out. So
I'm glad you could catch us live.
yes, me too. So I have fixed it in both. So now within the next 24 hours, it should be, or thereabouts, everything should be functioning okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just give it about, a little time for the tech department to fix it.
Great. Can I ask one more question?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay, so I am using the site right now. It'll be the first thing I've used on the site, even before I've got some courses going and things like that, but not launched yet, not published yet. So
Okay.
in order to build my list, I have a podcast, and that podcast is what I'm using for what we're talking about right now. And I will have a free download. And so I'm going to mention the address for that one episode and create that download. Now, if I'm going to do that each week, that means creating a separate funnel for each one. Is there some advice on setting, let's say, a funnel for downloads that people who subscribe to the series or subscribe each week can get a download available to them? They don't have to go up each week and sign up. Does that make
Absolutely.
sense?
Yes, that's a marketing funnel in Zenler that will exactly do the job that you're trying to do.
Okay, so how do I set it up then on the download side so that each week when I publish a new download, that those folks are going to
Okay.
automatically get it?
I would suggest create it as a course because if you would want to offer them a new download every week, it is better to offer them as a course. They can go to the curriculum area, see the new download, and then just download it, because you can use the lesson type called download. They'll just click on the download button and they'll download it, and they can always go back and check that which is the one that they are missing and they would like to download again.
So can I set it so that it triggers an email each time I load a new thing that it
Absolutely. Because
okay.
it's a course, so you can say new lesson update and you can trigger an email.
Okay, so essentially they're taking the podcast course, although I wouldn't call it that. It was
Yeah. However you may position it,
yeah,
but technically on the back end, they're actually getting a course.
that is much better than what I was doing. Much better. Thank you very much.
I'm
That
glad I
helps.
could help.
And Billy, are you hosting this podcast anywhere?
Yeah, it's being hosted on Red Circle and is available through Apple and Spotify and Amazon Music.
So
But
the
Red
simplest,
Circle is the host.
so the simplest way for somebody to listen would be in the current podcast app that they already use, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm setting it up so that it would be available for those. Yeah.
What most podcast hosts do is they send an email out to their email subscribers every week and they say, this week's podcast is out. Here's why you need to listen to it. So that would be a manual thing that you do as part of your podcast publishing every week. And you could do that under email broadcasts.
Okay. So yeah.
It's probably the simplest because I personally, and this could be a generational thing, I
Yeah.
would not, if I could get the podcast automatically downloaded to my phone within an app every week, because I want to hear from Billy every week, I'm personally not going to log into Zenler, download it, listen to it in Apple Music on my
Yeah.
computer. That's just not going to happen. It takes up a lot of space on my
Yeah.
hard drive. It's just not realistic. But
Right.
those apps have features that you could even say in the beginning of your podcast. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure you're subscribed and that the new weekly episodes are automatically added to your inbox or to your queue. Once you've done that, leave us a 5-star review, and then you can go on with your
Thank you for that. What I'm doing with this, and hopefully I'll get that part right as you're talking about it. But what I'm doing with this is the podcast has an extra, and the extra is if you want a worksheet or something to work with your group, it's available as a download. So hopefully subscribers will be getting this automatically in their stream. It's just that if something triggers an interest and they want, it would be kind of like getting the transcript, but in this case, it's getting some worksheets and things like that that they can use and apply. So if you want it, go here and download. And that's meant to be my driver to get people to actually sign up in Zenler. So I have them on a mail list because right now I don't have them.
Yeah. So I think the course idea, personally, I think the course idea is a bit overkill if you already have
Okay.
proper podcast function. What most podcasters do is for each and every episode, they create a blog post essentially. So the podcast kind of doubles as their weekly blog content. They put a link to it that might be a Spotify link, an Apple Music link, whatever else link, right? And then they say they might have some quotes from it or the entire transcript if you want to really maximize that SEO. And then there will be some other button on that page that will say, here's where you can download the freebies from this episode. The free PDF that teaches you how to make $1 million in 5 days. Download it here, right? That's how you get people signed up for your site. And that will be, I can show you an example in just a moment, but that's the typical way that podcast.
Yeah, I'd like to see that because now I kind of get what you're saying and conceptually is that we would, so in Zenler, new Zenler, I can create the blog for and then when there's a podcast update, I put the transcript or a summary of the transcript with essentially two links. One is the link to the podcast itself, and the other is a link to download the worksheet or the session notes if they want that, something like that.
Exactly.
Oops.
Exactly.
Okay. My head is there now. I think I'm getting my head around it.
Yeah. I was kind of looking for an example of somebody I think does this. And yeah, let me share my screen. This is an example of a very well-known podcaster. Nothing to do with Zenler, by the way, so please do not confuse this as direct advice from Zenler. This is more logistical possibilities of how one could set up
Understood.
a blog post that then doubles as etc. So Amy Porterfield, very well-known podcaster, she has this blog post for her podcast. This is episode 22, what to do, blah, blah, blah. She has where I can listen right here on her website, which is nice. You can also listen on Apple, listen on Spotify, and then here is the meat and potatoes of the podcast that gets me interested in actually listening to it. Here are the resources she mentions, and here's links to the guest. And then I bet you anything, if we click on this resource, it's going to ask for
Your
the email
address.
address.
Yeah.
Bingo. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's how it's done by the pros, to my understanding, which is not to say there's not more than one way to do it, but that is the way. And then I guarantee you, if you're on Ms. Porterfield's email list, she will then email you as soon as the podcast drops. She'll email you and let you know podcast is out. Here's the details. Here's where you can get the free resource. And she'll link you to this page so you stay within her website ecosystem.
Right.
Gets more eyeballs on her site.
Okay. But then when they're doing the free resource, they're going to need still give their email address or something in there as a part of it, right?
Yeah, that's called a
Because it'll
marketing.
take them down that marketing funnel. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. I got it.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think Zenler's great as well. I think it's great. The only thing I would say about these live sessions are, and they are great, they are really great, is the only problem is I don't come to these a lot of the time because I actually have a lesson I'm teaching at this time. So it would be better if they could be like 1 week on one day and then the next week on a different day. Do you see what I mean? Otherwise, if they're always the same time on the same day every week, if you're like myself and was teaching, I can't come to them even when I need to. I've just literally come today just because something happened, so the lesson's not gone ahead. But otherwise, normally I'd be teaching. So if they were sort of changed a bit, if you see what I mean, that would make things easier.
Right. So to answer your question, why do we keep it at the same date and time is because of the simplicity that we want to put in. Because a lot of times users, forget the date and time. So to keep the date and time the same, that is why, they remember it, that Thursday is the time that it happens. And also the link that we have built on the tutorial.com, there is a link where users have a button where they can hop in from. That button also has a reoccurring link. So a lot of times people can also bookmark the link of when they have to join in. So if we do change the date and time on a weekly basis, users would not, the clients would not remember when they have to join. Plus, we would have to build out multiple pages or multiple buttons for them if the times keep switching. So for the sake of simplicity and not having a lot to remember, we've built it this way.
Yes, I understand. I mean, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying,
I completely understand.
Unfortunately, it's just unfortunately in my case that, as I said, I can't normally come to this particular time and day.
Are you in the UK,
anyway.
Deborah?
Sorry?
Are you in the UK?
Yes.
You're located. Okay. And so from 4 to 6 every Thursday, you've got something going on that whole duration?
Well, it's the last time it's happening today, actually. So then I should be able to come along. I was just, you know, if it is the same, if it does happen that I do have to teach when the Zenler thing goes on, then it just means I can't come to it. And if I need to, it's just difficult. So
We'll
just from
definitely
a
try and, we can add more slots, more reoccurring static slots. For example, Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. is a fixed slot that happens every week. Maybe we can add other days as well where it's a fixed slot again, maybe a Tuesday or a Monday where we know it's a fixed slot, but it happens on Tuesday or a Monday. So that can be done as well. We were running twice a week. If we
You
go
were,
back
yes, I
1 year,
remember.
yeah.
Yeah,
At a time, it was thrice a week as well because
mm,
there were more people, there were more
yeah, yeah,
questions, and as
yeah.
I think we built out more and more tutorials, and the support.newzenler.com with the documentation became more robust. Maybe the live questions were a little less. So the reason we came down to one session was because the frequency of people showing up and asking questions reduced. But if there's
Mm.
more asked, if people have more questions, we are happy to add more slots, more reoccurring slots, so that people can still remember those slots but have the diversity of attending when their schedule allows it.
Yes, I remember it was twice a week before, and then you've got two options, haven't you? So that makes things
Yeah.
easier.
Well,
It's
Deborah,
just the way
I'll
it's just the way it's worked out for me, basically, unfortunately.
I'll put that feedback in our feedback site, but I also want to remind you that we have office hours somewhat regularly with Kevin. Those happen Wednesday mornings. We have other live events, and we really have, as Manmeet said, profoundly built out the tutorial site. So
Mhm.
one of the things I convey when I teach the live demos or the live onboarding is I really try to convey how many resources we have for people to get your questions answered within 24 hours, pretty much any 365 days of the year. So if these were really robustly attended and we had overflow, I think it would make sense. I'm going to put feedback anyway, but it's hard to accommodate everybody's schedules, especially because we have people literally all across the globe using Zenler. And I face the same struggle being based in the United States and trying to book people in Australia. They're like, there's literally no demo times for me. There's no onboarding times for me. But
Yes.
I can't do an onboarding at 2 a.m. My brain won't function. So
No.
we're all limited in our different ways. And but I
Yes,
had that
of
feedback
course.
for site.
Yes, sure. Sure.
Welcome, Stephanie. Did you have a question?
I do. I'm back. I was here earlier and I left, and now I have a new question. So I am recreating my registration page based on Manmeet's feedback, so that I'm just not going to try to custom build a webinar funnel myself. So it's coming in the template with pre-populated stuff that I'm leaving. And it's driving me nuts because I'm just having to not nitpick about stuff. Like I'm trying to make, anyways, I won't go. The main issue I'm having at the moment is it's coming in pre-populated with a time that says 07:00 p.m. I think that's potentially confusing for people because why is the 0 before the 7? That normally implies AM. You
Okay.
following me?
Could
Is
you
this
send
something I should send to the support team? Do you
could you
think?
just send us the link of the page quickly if it's published?
It's not published. I'll do the
Or maybe a
screenshot again.
screenshot again? Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Like I think that should be something that's changed on your template. This is just odd.
We'll take that feedback in. I look at it and I understand immediately what's happening, and I'm not personally confused that it's morning.
Really?
Not personally, no, because you're in the US? Where are you
I'm in
based?
Canada.
You're in Canada? Okay. So Canada does use more military time than the US. Is that am I correct in that?
I thought that that was just
You always
universal,
use
but
AM, PM.
I use AM, PM as well.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at that thinking that's
Yeah.
not.
I'm like the zero in front doesn't phase me. We just use AM, PM in the US, and I wasn't personally phased by it, but I think it's a valuable feedback because which lane are you choosing? The 24-hour lane or the AM, PM lane? And I think we should be able to toggle back and forth. That's in fact one of the feedbacks that has been issued to Zenler. So I'm going to mute myself and put that in the chat so you can upvote it if you'd like and add this as well.
Okay, so my near-term issue is that I need to use something. It won't let me delete it. Like I can't do anything with it. So I guess I just have to live with it.
I would suggest you can write to support@zenler.com if there is a way to change those settings at all that we may not be aware of, and the tech can help. Write to
Okay.
support@zenler.com.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Minmeet, I'm going to answer the question that Zoom user just added in, which is about the drip feed of the course. I'm happy to show that. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so we're going to a random course here, and we're going to go to drip. And there are two options for a drip schedule. Number one is days after enrollment, and number two is specific days. So it's pretty straightforward, to be honest, when you get into it. The days after enrollment would be if I sign up, day one, I get access to the intro. Maybe day two, 24 hours later, I get access to the next section. The only caveat, I'm going to pop over to the curriculum tab, is that it's by section, not by lesson. So you can see that this prearranged course has 4 sections in it. And it's if I wanted to make it last longer, to drip out longer than 4 times, then it would be, I would need to break up all of those lessons that are inside of each section into multiple sections. Delivery emails, etc. So if we go back to the drip, you have to set the notification email. And so this is going to happen for right here under the email automation rules of the course. And so you go here before it goes live, you want to make sure that everything is good. So this action name would be like drip section 1 intro, right? And it happens after 0 days. So you just make sure that it's coming from the correct name and email address. If you are the super administrator of your site, but you have instructors, you might want it to come from that instructor name so people know who is sending them a message. And you're going to want to go in here and personalize everything. So, or not personalize per se, but like customize everything for whatever your course is. So it'd be like the introductory session is now live, or section of course X is live now. And you go in, you make sure that the actual email has the substance that you want in it. So you're going to read and delete everything that's preset in there and make it your own. You'll test it. You can filter it, for example, although you probably don't need to within a course. And then when you're ready, you click Make It Live. So that's how you do it. Did that make sense, Melkin? And forgive me if I've said your name incorrectly, if I've pronounced it incorrectly. short codes. No, that's an HTML thing. You do have to do it a bit message by message, but like the simple thing is just to create a template, copy and paste it, right? So open your notes app or a text app, and just bust this out for your entire curriculum. Welcome, Bryn. Yeah, I do too. I love keeping things easy. All right, we've answered Deborah's question. We've answered Malkin's question. And Bryn, do you have a question for us today?
Hi, Ariel. I've never met you before.
Hi.
Yes, I have a question first about, did this start 23 minutes ago or an hour and 23 minutes ago?
An hour and 23 minutes.
Okay, because it had 2 times in different places. Okay.
Oh, where did you see that?
On the page that I entered through.
Is that the tutorial site?
Yeah.
Because part of the year, are you based, what time zone are you in?
Yeah, I'm in the East Coast of the US.
I'm in East Coast US, and part of the year there's 4 hours difference, and part of the year there's 5 hours difference with the UK, although yeah, I didn't see any errors on.
So on the page it says 11 a.m. But when I went to sign up for the reminder, it said it was at noon. So I wasn't sure which was.
We'll take care of that. Thank you. I think it's because it's still in Eastern Standard Time rather than Eastern Daylight Time, which we're in right now. I think that's why.
So, let me put do not disturb on. There we go. My question is, I remember that there's I haven't done anything with my courses in a long time, and I'm about to create a new live course. And I'm just trying to think through all the things. I would love for the first class. So it's going to be between 6 and 8 weeks series, and I would love for the first week to be that anyone can register and come to that, but that it's part of the course rather than saying come to the, like I'm going to do an intro where I'm talking about it, but I want everyone to be able to come to the first class and then they can sign up for the rest of the course. So do I have that? I remember there's a way to like make some material in the course accessible to, but I can't remember how it works.
I can show you that. Yeah, I can show you how I would do that.
Thanks.
So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to go a little bit quickly because I do have to part ways at the half hour. But MenMeet will continue whatever I leave off. So let's go to this course that I created earlier today. It's a sample course. It's a demo course. I'm going to the curriculum. And what you would do is you would add a lesson. That lesson would be a live event. And you can either create the live event somewhere else on the site under the live tabs, or you can create a new class right here. So this will create a Zoom event inside the curriculum for the course. So let's just call it live class session. You can also enable, we'll call it first class free, save changes, enable free preview, save changes, enable free preview, maybe of like the introduction parts of the course, right? And then add a section, live class number 2 or something like that, and then just add your live class. So literally just create a class where the entire contents are live classes. Does that make sense?
So you're saying they would go to the landing page, the sales page for the course, and see and be able to access the live that I created inside that first module
If you wish.
if I enable it with free preview.
Yes.
Even if it's even if it's a class, or do I need to make it a interactive webinar?
You don't need to make it an interactive webinar. It can be a class. However, I would probably recommend, just for simplicity's sake, so that you don't run into any errors, I'd probably recommend doing a webinar to promote the class and then having the contents of the class, especially the live events within the class, all be paid for.
Okay.
I think that will give you better access to like tracking who actually attended the webinar, who actually signed up for the webinar, and then who from the webinar who signs up for the class itself or the course itself.
So do whatever I want free as a webinar that they sign up for.
It's my personal recommendation.
Individually.
I think it's the cleanest.
Okay. And then what you're saying in the curriculum, just have one place for all the live classes, and I can create the live classes from right there, from within. I don't have to go to the live section.
You can.
Okay, super. Thank you so much.
Having you guys. I'm gonna jet, but you're in good hands with Meet. Okay. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ariel. Thank you for today.
Thank you.
Hi, Meet.
Hi, Bryn. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So is Ariel new to the team? I haven't met her. Of course, I haven't been on in a long time.
Yeah, she has been a part of the team for quite long, but she was always as a part of the demos and the onboarding. From the last session, we've started doing the live educational desk together.
So does she do the first part and you do the second part?
It is always together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, super.
Any other question that I can answer for you?
I did attend, the big, long 12-week or whatever intro to communities.
Okay.
But as a refresher, to hone in, like, I want to create a community for this course. I go to communities to create that and I link it to the course?
Yes, correct.
And then I'll have to go back and see which of those trainings I need to rewatch. There was something about different threads in the community.
Right. It was also types of community. I think you can watch the latest one that happened in March.
Oh, in March?
Yes.
Do you have a link to that?
1 second. Yes, it is hosted live on YouTube. Let me just share.
You're so good at finding links. I'm always impressed. There was about the different types of communities. I understand, like private and public and
Correct.
paid for and not, but I understand that. But also, do you have any just short tidbit about why you would have different types of threads in the community?
Different type of threads. Are you referring to the chats that open up that you put inside the lessons? Because if you open discussions under a lesson, that comes up in communities as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just share the link with you. I'm sure if you're going through this link, 1 second. Yeah. The ones that you're talking about, threads, I think you're talking about chats that open up if under each course, if you check open discussions, that comes as a part of the communities as well. So maybe that is what you're talking about.
Okay. I don't think it was that, but that's a good point too. So this hour workshop that you just gave me the link to is, oops, sorry, is
this is not
yeah,
just
the
in
board
our
will.
workshop. This is not
Oh,
just in our workshop. This is multiple sessions, maybe 9 or 10 of them.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
It was that whole series.
correct.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah. All
And
right. Thank you,
those
friend.
would also be in the training, the training site, right? Oh, thank you.
Yes, correct.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I'll let you
Thank you,
get back to
Bryn.
people. Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Okay, I see a question from Garland. I am having trouble with the instructors being able to start our live classes. Unfortunately, I've gotten conflicting answers from the tech support. Can you go ahead and tell me what answers have you gotten?
Yes, the problem is that I'm the admin for the account and I've set up courses and live classes to go in the courses.
Okay.
That's all been fine, and I've assigned instructors in the course curriculum like you're supposed to. However, both of my instructors, whenever they've logged in, they have not been able to start they've not been able to start the classes. They keep getting a particular message, and I'll drop it in the chat right there.
Okay. I think one of the reasons for that could be because they have not created the live session themselves,
Well,
and that live session is created by you as an admin. An instructor does not have um, as much as what do I say? As much as control over the site as much as an admin does.
yes, no, I understand that, and tech support has said that to me. Unfortunately, they've also sent me, like I just got this today because I was asking about this last night. I sent them, and my reply was, if a user is assigned as an instructor in the course settings under the instructor field and course details, they will have access to manage the course and can log in through their own Zenler account to start live classes directly from the course curriculum, even if they did not create the class. Alternatively, if the site admin creates the live class and doesn't assign the course to the instructor, only the admin can initiate it. However, the instructor can be added as a co-host, allowing them to join the session. Now, I've added them as instructors. I've put them in. I've done all of that. So I don't understand. I've gotten the answer that you just gave me, and now today I've gotten this answer. So I am
Okay.
confused. And also, one other thing, and also I set up test courses and classes.
I'll give you the,
And
just
with
give me a
those,
minute, Carlin. I think I know the answer to this. What is the time right now? Okay, this is 12th of July. This is a previous session. Just wanted to understand that you do know, right? Whenever you start a Zenler session, one, I think they're trying to start it from the place, when they're editing the lesson. They have to start it from the live area where the live is created. That is one point. Second,
okay.
I would want to ask that you do know, or the instructors do know, right, that the time to start a class is exactly 15 minutes
Yeah,
before the scheduled time.
yeah,
Even if it
no,
is 16 minutes, they
yeah,
will not be able to start
yeah,
it.
yeah, no, we know all that. We know all that.
Okay.
It's just every time they tried to go in and log into their account and start the class. Now, true enough, they were starting it from within course curriculum, not from the live class. So what you're saying is they need to go to the live class and start
Correct.
it from there.
Correct. Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that makes more sense. No one before you saying that right now has said that to me.
It is just because I could get a visual view of your screen. Maybe that's why.
Okay, because I mean, I sent them that picture that I put in the chat. So
Oh, okay.
so I don't understand why I'm just hearing this now because I've been trying to figure this out for the last 2 weeks.
I'll definitely put in the feedback.
Okay, thank you, because it's
Yeah.
been really, really frustrating.
What I would definitely say is try to create a test session, maybe in a short while, and ask your instructors to try it again with the method that I said. And if it still doesn't work out, put it on the Facebook group and probably tag me. I'll take a look.
Okay. Okay, we'll try that. I'll have them start from the live
Sure.
class page, not from the course curriculum page.
Sure.
Okay. All right, great.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, Rita. How can I help you?
Yes, I sent a bunch of emails to the support, and so I think I may have actually figured it out, or I think it may have been worked itself out. But since I do have you, can you help me with So I am adding a new site, so not like a sub site, but a new domain. So I've already went through the process to transfer it from WordPress to GoDaddy, and so GoDaddy is hosting it now. And so for the other site, I remember there was notes that I had used to do that, to change the DNS settings. Um, so if you could remind me how to do that. So I've got the site
Okay.
settings open. I've got my GoDaddy open.
Okay, so what you need to do is, if you want, I can share the resource document also on
Yeah, if you
how
can
to.
do that.
Yeah, I'll do that and that will help you better. Yeah, I've put it in the chat and I've shared it with you.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
So how long does it take after I go through all this? Like I said, I set the other one up myself too, but I think it was like a year or two ago, and so I'm like, I don't remember how I did it.
You can just follow through the process. And once you do that, once you submit it to Zenler, it would take about 24 to 48 hours for Zenler to propagate and make the domain live for you.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And then what about my Google email? Because I know since then there's been like um I guess the DKIM and all the like spam
That
things.
would that would also get added to GoDaddy. Wherever your domain is purchased is where you would have to add your records.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Awesome. Okay, well, let me go ahead and try to do this while I'm on the line, and then if I have questions, I'll guess I'll raise my hand.
Absolutely, you can do that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The question I had was related to the community, the
Okay.
related community. I created a little community on there. And obviously everything just takes time. And I came from another, I don't know if I want to mention the other platform I was on. But I really appreciate everything that Zenler has over this other one.
Okay.
But the community, I'd like to have a community related to my course.
Okay.
So I started creating it. And obviously, I'm still pretty brand new with everything that you guys have. So would you be able to walk through and just show us a little bit about the creation of I mean, I created a community. My question is mainly about when someone signs up for my course, are they automatically enrolled into this community? And
Okay.
maybe give us a little look at what happens there, because I'm sure I'll find out eventually, but you know better.
Okay. So there are two questions there. For the second question, what I would say is, like I shared a workshop with Bryn, it would be better if you go through that workshop because it would have, much more details and it's already well explained and it'll save us time. For the first question, how do people get auto-enrolled into a community is when you're setting up your course or when you're setting up your community, there is an option that the community that you're creating, which course would you want to align it with? If you select that particular course, anybody who signs up to that course will get automatically enrolled to the community that you have selected.
Okay, that
Yeah.
answers that question.
So while you are creating the community, remember on the bottom you'll get an option that which course or where do you want to connect this community. Whatever you choose or sign up will take them straight to your community.
Okay, well, that sounds pretty cool. Do they get that like within the welcome email and everything? It says that you get this, or is that something I write within that?
That is something you'd have to write because the welcome emails are by default in there right now. So when you edit them, you can put the link of the community and you can write it that this is what you get as a part of the welcome.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay, so I did updated the CNAME on GoDaddy, and then I updated under the site settings in Zenler. For the new site, I updated the custom domain to point to this new domain that I'm adding. And so it just says connect your domain. And so I clicked that. So I just wanted to make sure there's nothing else that I needed to do, like any of these other tabs.
Have you done the DNS? Have you put in the DNS correctly?
Yes, on GoDaddy.
Yeah, if you've done that, then that's absolutely okay. Go ahead and click on update. and it
Mm-hmm.
will send a notification to Zenler. If at all Zenler feels that there is something that is missing or you've not done correctly, you'll receive an email from them to make that correction happen.
Okay. Okay. I just didn't know beyond what you sent me, which like I said, I use that as my notes to go through. I just didn't know if there's anything else that I needed to do on my end.
No, I think if you've put in the custom domain in the Zenler site and if you've done the records in GoDaddy, that's it. All you need to do is just go back to Zenler and click on update for sure. If you don't do that, then Zenler would not get to know that you've done the DNS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I think that's all. That's done then. Okay. So I'll just wait to hear back from Zenler when it's set up. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Sweet. Awesome. Thank you. That was
Thank
easy.
you so much, Rita. Have a good day.
Thanks.
I think just if I set up the live webinar for the first class, I do want it to not just be an intro. I want like the first class to be free. So if people have already registered for the course, is there a way to automatically enroll them in that webinar or manually enroll them in that webinar, or would they have to enroll?
Okay. Why do you want to create a webinar? Do you want to offer it for people for free as well?
Yeah. I see. The thing is, I feel like I want the first class, I feel like is like really getting into uncovering all of the conditioning that we have and the problems that's causing. So that I want that to be free so that people can come and go, oh, yeah, I really do need the rest of this course. But I want it to be part of the course because I want people to do that class. I don't want it just to be a separate free because I want them to have done that class before the next class.
Okay, so I'll give you an idea here and you'll have to hear me through because it will be 2, 3 things that will happen. First, don't create a live webinar because a live webinar is altogether different. It's a different feature. What I would suggest is create a one-to-one booking. Why do I say that? Because a one-to-one booking is essentially like a live class. It is meant for your students. Anybody who wants to attend a live class has to register for it. They would not just go for it simply. So create a one-to-one booking and then add it to the course so that people can just click on join and they can join the class. Secondly, what you should do is you should create a marketing funnel. Marketing funnel is for people who want to opt in for free for your class. So take their details, take their name, number, and then in your confirmation email, put the invite link of the one-to-one booking. The only advantage of the one-to-one booking is that you can share a link ahead of time. And that link can let people enter without any registration. Like right now, you have entered the room without any registration. It's a one-to-one booking link that we have on our page that I put like 6 weeks ago, and you can still enter. So you can put a link ahead of time, and people can enter without any registration because to attend any live in Zenler, you have to go through an account creation process. And any free lead that is coming in your system and would have to create an account would become a little bit of a friction if they are a free lead. So this way you can cater to people who are a part of your course, and you can also let people come and attend for free without giving them the hassle of registering too much. So for your people who are in your course, just create a one-to-one booking and add it as a lesson. Simple there. Second, create a marketing funnel. Take their name, number, ID, frictionless for them to register. In the confirmation email, just put the one-to-one live invite link. That's it. And then everybody can join the same room without any problems.
Okay, so in the marketing funnel, the last thing I give them an invitation to this free to come to the free class, first class for free. They've already given me their name and their email.
Correct.
And does the one-on-one booking, will it show me who has attended or not?
That won't happen because they are not registering for it. If you want to know who attended and who not, you will have to take a registration on a one-to-one booking, and that's also okay because if people register on a one-to-one booking, they will receive all the reminders, everything. There's only one thing, they will have to create an account on your site. And I am just feeling that a free lead might not want to go through a process of creating a username and password. They want it to be as simple as possible.
Oh, so it's the difference between,
Yeah.
I see.
See, if you go for a live webinar, that's not very simple for your existing users because now they have to register and put a name, number, email ID again. But if the free leads are coming to the course, they have to create an account. So it's difficult a little bit for both of them. The easier option is having a funnel take their name, number, email ID and let them come through the invite link.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then they won't get reminder emails?
They would get reminder emails because you've, okay, yeah. You'll have to set up the reminder emails in the marketing funnel manually.
So that means also the people who have registered for the course and are clicking on that one-on-one booking lesson, I mean, they need reminder emails too.
They can get reminder emails because they are registering for the one-to-one booking. For them, registration is a button because they already have an account on your site. They will just click a button on book now and their seat will get registered and they can receive reminders from the one-to-one booking.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if I have people in the marketing funnel, I'm sharing a link that is to join the
live session.
Okay, but not to register.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So then I would have to create the automation. Hey, remember this live class is coming up.
Right.
Time. Oh, now it's in an hour, but I won't be able to do that in there. I could only do that in the live.
Didn't get you.
You know how in the live automation you can say, send it an hour before it starts.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You would have to set a date and time to it as to when you want to send it.
Oh, can you do that in the marketing funnel?
You can do it in the marketing funnel that I want to send it on the 30th of August at 2 p.m. You can do that.
Oh, you can. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
One last question about that. Can I manually
Yes,
add
please.
people to a webinar? Can I manually enroll them or bulk enroll them?
Oh, okay. I will quickly have to check. I think you can do that. I'll just quickly check. You're asking about a live webinar, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is possible. You can do that.
Okay. Great. Thanks so much. That was helpful, the distinction.
Yeah. Thank you, Bren. Is there another question that I can answer for you, Melon? We've almost reached towards the end of the session.
No, I was just gonna say thank you so much for all the help that you've provided me. I was looking for other questions to ask you, but I just got a lot of homework to do, you know?
Feel free to hop on every Thursday, 4 p.m. UK time.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it big time.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, take care.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for asking wonderful questions. I have seen a full house for almost 2 hours after a long time, and that is what we love. Clients coming in, giving us ideas, some food for thought, and answering questions as much as possible. If you haven't already, go to tutorials.newzenler.com and bookmark the New Zenler Educational Live Desk, which is on the top of the menu. And I will see you next week, Thursday, 4 p.m. UK time. Until then, see you.